Hey guys, welcome back to another. Oh, I forgot to set. I was forgetting something. But, my bad. Let's see. Audio. Alright. Heard. Anyway. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Sorry it took me so long. I was setting a few things up and still forgot or managed to forget something. So many apologies. Anyway. Today we are streaming until 6, so there's plenty of time. So apologies for the late start. Yes, during the starting, but we look like we are all connected now, so yay. For those of you who haven't been here before, hi, Ammonia. I do a little bit of everything, jack of all trades, master of none. I am currently job hunting. I figured to help supplement my income, I am going to stream a few cents here and there. Hopefully eventually bright enough to eventually become published. Get a few more cents through that. If you want to support me, the easiest way is just, sit back and watch. If you want to be more active, I do have a Ko-fi page down below, and for both Twitch and YouTube. For YouTube, you can like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Be active in the chat. I enjoy that too. And then for Twitch, don't already, go ahead and follow me. Also, be active in the chat. I always appreciate that. And you can also donate bits through, or give me an active, which not necessary, but if you do, that would be wonderful. But what we're doing now, the story is already written. We're in the process of editing it, and this page is clean. But what I do is I highlight areas that need editing, whether it's just a simple revision, does this really need to be here? And I have it color coded. So let me just jump up. I have it color coded. Do I want to use this type of formatting? Do I need to revise the verbiage? It's something I write later in the story, conflict or potentially later in the story. And I wrote something down, but I obviously wasn't detailed enough, or I want to know more about it, add more about it. Left off on chapter 9. How I go about doing this is I just read it out loud. I'm going to move my microphone further away so I have more to at. The microphone wasn't blocking my screen, but it just helps me. As Lord knows I can distract enough as it is. Alright. Oh yes, and for Twitch viewers, I do roll ads on an hourly basis, so just be aware. A minute, not too much, but yeah. And I'll talk more about ads at the end. Alright. I am yawning. Okay. Reached out to Clark, Mary Jo asked, looking surprised as she held a half-filled a mug of coffee in her hand. I think so, Emily asked. Slid her phone across the table to her mother. Mother looked at the phone, already on the contact named Clark that Emily had added the previous night. I'm alright, she muttered before breathing. Why would he ask that, Emily? Her? A lot of weird people. Maybe. Reiterate that I'm your daughter? Andy is my name? A bad idea, Mary Jo answered. I think. So I'm just waiting if I have it. And here's. I think he works tomorrow with your father. Technically not. He works tomorrow with your father. If you want, we can swing by the shop and. Well, here, I'll get it highlighted. I think he works tomorrow with your father. If you want, we can swing by the shop and you can ask him directly. One's working there today. So. Like, it's Friday. Mary just chuckled at that question. Father and his team were getting on. Plus, very few people leave usually the weeks before the holidays. I think he put something about emergency with emergency pricing. Of course, and that her father be home today. It made sense that people at this point. But she felt weird about him being on call for emergency. What if they were already in the middle of something? And although she couldn't fault him for charging emergency, pulled him away from it. She did internally hope it wasn't anything emergency. Father was a reasonable man. He wouldn't do double his price. Not that it mattered, she told him. His company set the prices how it was. It was up to the consumer to decide. Thoughts. Are all the auto shops closing today? I don't know, Mary Jo. Possible. Open to ask. Also possible. I mean, your father's just. I see. I don't. Tire section. Anyway, her mother. Really? Why don't you go shopping? Always great deals on Black Friday, her mother. Yeah, but nothing I really want, Emily said. That'll be fun. She said that too. Worked up at the thought. Are you just going to go through them from memory? Items. I'm not sure yet, Emily. On what's all in there. I don't think I remember half the things. Books and dolls mostly. I couldn't even. I think a couple of the ones from that babysitting series. Oh, that's continued. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. If you don't, you'll use any of the items you uncover though. They're in good shape. Separate pile. Take them to a thrift shop. Emily nodded and thought, I can do that. File. Good. I'm glad that your items will have a chance. Happy. If they can't, they can't. I'm gonna mark this. Young woman eyeball. Smiled a bit. Marking it eyeballed for definition. Some people know what it means. But the young woman eyeballed her mother and smiled. There always was a proponent. For the reason why she was Emily's assumption that her mother that kept forever wasn't too far off. After all, Emily couldn't recall the last time her parents. So, her mother began. Excuse me. How you're doing? Prospering. I told you earlier. At her mother. What about your asked about it? Always generic. Fine. Or I'm happy with it. But I want to know the details. Like this being I just don't. Emily. We're up to a visit over the summer. The details. Nope. How are your neighbors? How's the commute to work? What is it that you do again? Sighing, Emily gave it. My neighbors are fine, and they're just fine. I don't know them well enough to say anything. I guess they're not rude or loud, so there's that. Walk to work so I get my exercise. It's nasty weather here. Ride share. Asked what I do? Yes. It's nothing fancy right now. Lawyer's office. Mom. An office assistant. Totally different. They're two totally different things. Legal assistant. Assistant looks on stuff. Is that what you went to school? Kinda. Starting to feel anxious. I went to school for legal analysis. Not to be a lawyer or actually trial stuff. Your post-trial work. Go for it, then why are you? I only wondered if her mother's turn ability to realize. Sigh, the young woman answered. Currently, there are no openings for her. So, I got in the door with her. Adjacently. Eyes open for you. How this job helps. How this helps. Tired, you should have chuckled. Think sauce. I'll be able to sleep if I do end up. Not that I've seen anyway. Coffee maybe after this cup I'll give it a try. Are you going to do your boxes after I leave? Well, don't throw anything out before I get a chance to look. Again with a surprise. I won't, I promise. I mean it. Even if it looks like it should come out, we should see. I'll keep all the items I don't want. I have a feeling that if any of you try to type of woman. Good. She stopped by Emily on her way up. Pregnant herself. vision. Alone, Emily looked down at her coffee. Like creating. Of course, she couldn't. Maybe she could ask him. Now her mother was up soon. Was most likely still currently dead. Recalled a time when she started getting the nightmares. This nightmares. Okay. This person thought it was the room, bed. Why did she think that helped? Apologies for those who are trying. Person thought it was the room, not the bed. Why did she think that a new mattress would stop her doing? Mattress. Of here. Bag with by total. Highlight this color later on. Popping the lid off of the tote. Peered at what was at first 3 piles of books with items shoved walls of the tote. Marking. As she focused, she realized what the books were. A hodgepodge of old novels that she had read in middle school. Personal short stories she wrote as class projects. The older, more classic books that she had received had to put away since not being read by her. At her lower lip. Copy of The Secret. A book cover that felt more like thick fabric than anything. So fragile it almost. Afraid to open it. Taking a deep breath, Emily's fingers found their way between the pages and fine. She easily pried the book open just enough to yellow paper. Hey Petra! Thank you for the well wishes. How are you doing? I can add start. Yours. Book again, off to the side. I'd likely never read it, but it was for Grandma. For that reason alone, it was not. Episodes of nostalgia swept over Emily as she memories of events that happened while she was reading. Emotions that occurred. books, elementary school stories that she wrote, although she almost forgot the substance of the stories, she remembered exactly. Although she had opened the box with the intention of visiting memories of her childhood, she did not expect to spend as long as the item that she picked out of the box. When she finally emptied that first box, setting a fabric doll off to the side aisle, she felt her stomach growl in protest. Brought back to reality thanks to her body's message. 2 o'clock. It was almost noon. Digging through this one box for nearly 5 or 6 hours. Instead of surprise at the odd passage of time, she slept on her. First, she'll go and have something to eat, and then she'd return to refill the box with the items she had decided. She left the room. She must have fallen asleep after all. Otherwise, she was sure that she would not have been digging through the box without any interruption. Her dad would surely be up by now. Probably made himself a breakfast. Went out back to work. Hallway. Debating whether or not she should. It was just a moment of contemplation, but in the end, she decided against it. Like her father didn't bother her. Emily also would not bother her. She'll probably be getting up in the next hour or so. Nagging doubt ate at the back. Maybe she means rouse her mother from bed without any. I don't know if that would be nice. The question then became, what would she make? There were all sorts of leftovers that they brought home from the Thanksgiving. But Emily wasn't have the same rewards. Cakes and bacon had as tempted was to make things. It was almost noon, and assuredly too late for me. Picking up an apple from a basket of fruit that her parents had brunch, but again, she didn't know if anything. A strong pot of coffee wasn't the best idea. It was what Emily had. Coffee pot of the morning. Doubled the amount of coffee grounds she normally. Palpable? Getting the coffee started. The task was now done. Emily didn't come down here unless she didn't have to. Alright. You too. Still need to actually eat. apple wasn't going to actually stay her stomach. Pulling the silver fridge door open, options she had. For all of the leftovers from last night, there were also other options: milk, cheese, pasta, bag salad. Closing her eyes, Emily let out a sigh. Although she wasn't feeling exhausted, or to either reheat or have the bags. Wasn't a fan of it. Pulled out some of the basics of turkey meat, cranberry sauce, and stuff. Paragraph. Just have a mini meal. It wasn't the breakfast she'd expected to eat. She had to admit that it would be a pretty good one. Looking forward to it. I liked all of it. Several minutes later, she was sitting down at the table, plate topped with the items she had pulled out and reheated. A mug that was filled with half strong coffee and half. Before she could take a bite, she heard steps shuffling down the stairwell. Mom? She turned her head so she could. Mother waited. Her mother answered part of the way through. Oh, goodness. Coffee? Did. But he managed to get back to sleep? Did. Lining coffee. Careful, Emily warned. It's strong. All the way. That's at the foot that Emily had hit. I found it interesting. It's lunch. Just a little afternoon, Mom. What? Jo blinked and swung her head. Oh. It is late. Sleep well last night. So it makes sense that you got back to sleep. I don't like the senses. Mother frowned. Emily knew she was trying. Always liked getting up early. None about it now. Whatever you have planned for the morning is gone. I got one of the boxes cleaned out, the daughter continued. About half of it, and the rest are when Good. Emily's mother sat across from her. Donations. Oh, it was a pale brown from all the cream. We'll shiver. Emily had refilled. Okay, so here. Half of the toilet. The rest of the items were left in a shopping bag. Not get resealed. However, did not get resealed, however. You know what was in the second toilet? be able to consolidate everything. I mean, makes sense logically. Got the word down. No, I didn't mean to do that. Pushing the great haze. Gray toad off to the side. Emily pulled out the second. Took off its lid. This was nearly filled from wall to wall. No, I also said that. They filled from wall to wall with just books. Most were in tight piles pushed up against the floor. Others had been slipped inside between. Did used to it. Stacks of books. Childhood. Audiobooks. In my room, please. Okay. Whole section. Instead, she reached in and picked up a book. It was the first of the series. Often as simple as there were a few that were. Favorite was the story about Miss Mary. The neighborhood thought there was a cat crow that was taking best its love. I love this story. Out of 3 or 4. Out 3 or 4. It wasn't accurate. Visions. So she found herself a lot of time to read it. Bookshelf, books. About 21 books. Top of it. She seriously doubted that she was going. Had a couple of cuts. Actually, or if she was just hoping. Either way, they would end up donated. Out. There's other books. Stashed away. Haphazardly on the screen. The not one by one. The nostalgia wasn't nearly most of these. Opposite of he emptied out everything that one was going to be doing, and include someone. It's also gone much faster than only 2:30 when all of the books again. Bag with other donations. Deciding she didn't want the floor, Emily pushed the little pile up against it. The pile was in place and flopped down backwards into the position, pressed her back against it. Although she had eaten, she was exhausted now. The lack of sleep finally catching up. Earlier thoughts about crawling under the bed and seeing she could stay there, as ridiculous as they were. I'll be back there. Oh, excuse me. Hit the protestation. Pushed her body along until it was rolled over so that she rolled carpet cushioned the floor. Thoughts. Instead of sliding over the edge of the carpet, digging underneath. Emily did not expect to feel the bed was picked with rugs, but the result, it was almost like the carpet the same way hurt her by touch. Grandmother would. Try to curl her fingers under the weight of the carpet. Instead of her fingertips, a grooves in the carpet. Rising. Emily's eyes looked at her. As she found her hand absently tracing enough they felt able to be felt. Excuse me. The feet that matter. Got that one up. No grooves. Bare hands. Ugh, no more. It was because of that section. Or was it that moment? That makes sense. Her. Got it. Let her know. Ask if she could. Crush. Try that again. Hey, you're not in any crush. A decent size. Very light. They're brother and sister. Rijo turns around. Go all out. Hurry. All the other things? Probably twice. A lot of times it is called marbles. A lot of them are like LED. Rachel Weaver. Okay. Either way, it'll be more than what normally paying. I wasn't quite sure how accurate her was. But she knew that short of one her aunt's house, the station would just be. Up. Smells spicy. Very delicious aroma. Halfway there. Perhaps. I really want to. I'll take a walk. To get some. Chop up the meat. Noodles. That too. 30 to 45. No, not. Look. Dish them. myself. It wasn't a large one. Large circular roads that bisected it horizontally, essentially creating 4 quadrants of technically accurate, but kind of. Emily and the majority talk have gone through each. Alright. Rather, she found herself. Can be found in almost anything. Argument. Often ends. Her. Him. Oh, excuse me. Is previously on the ground before. Now it was looking in the direction of the voice, far from her left. The car that was idling at the stop sign with peasants. Both had the windows rolled down. Looked like they were about to go up for the evening. Oscar? Oscar was about her age. Cousin from her father's side. Ryan, on the other hand, all she heard about and wilding out. That apparently meant going to late night clubs, hanging with stunts, and other things Emily would never have dreamed of doing. Apparently there weren't illicit substances. That was on his own. Luckily there was nothing to prove. I don't want to keep that in there, but I'm also not. Where you going? Ryan asked at the passenger window. I'll walk, she replied with a smile and a shrug. Up at home this trip. There. Cold, want a ride? Back in here. Oscar chided his little brother. Shaked his head. Sorry, Em. Her head and waved off the apology. Fine, just life as usual. I'm good to keep walking. Where are you two going? You're about to study or something. Referring to the outfits. Not mean to do that. Black Friday parties at the clubs tonight. Proudly confirmed. Her pulled away. Shake of her head. Like that. Everything is on. Our care Mary Joas and she's out of her eyes of staring. Walls were a faded white, chalk mark, black holes. Why? Into the auto repair shop. Why? Oh. Thank you. Rachel took a seat. Placed her hands into clasped and rested them on the surface. Several minutes later, large and intimidating of a man, his father was almost lanky. Clark asked him. Emily idly wondered about how much he told him about. Here now was probably not the best. Oh, okay, Clark said nervously. Daughter, how can I help you today, Emily? Deciding to ignore the message. Yeah. Apparently, Clark wasn't expecting it. That and processed it in his mind. Yes, I did. Once. And only once, don't worry. I'm not worried. Emily shook her head as if reassured one or both of them. I just wanted to ask if you had any nightmares. The question seemed to throw off the nurseman more than the first question. He took a step back, bumping into the low shelf behind him. Guidance on how to answer this. Yeah, about. Ugh. Daughter's inquiry. Shrugged. I might have made a mention of that night. Dentist shrugged. I might have made a hoping Clark turned his gaze for more Mary Jo, who did not seem as attentive to Dennis was. Her eyes were focused on the cell phone in front of her. All through Clark's panicked action. Does not read easily. All through Clark's panic auto shop lobby, Emily just stood in place. Hands still clasped by. Clark did eventually turn his gaze to Emily. Yes, I did have a nightmare sleeping. It was horrifying. It woke me up in the middle. Dennis was kind enough to... His eyes started back. Arrange other sleeping options. House for a ring. Couch. The level of nervousness Clark was displaying, especially felt off. Yet, he found himself and looked back at Emily, not waiting for any cues. Yes, he finally finished. But not right here. Why? Mary Jo looked up from her phone at the but back to it and started to take have. Clark slips pressed together. You'll see. Let her into the back. Mary Jo will need a skip. Suspicion clouded Dennis's face. But his agreement to lock the gate that allowed only employees behind the gate. Emily stepped through and walked through the wall. Back was just a small office with a leading shop's lobby and another leading to the automotive bay. The other space in the office was a moderately sized desk and shelves that lined the outdoors. Work and binders were all over the room, sorted into a called haphazardly organized piles. Only chair and desk offered to his daughter entered. Go ahead. Dennis encouraged her. Right. Nightmare. Started. As you know, Dennis, I had needed a place after declaring the divorce. Back. Mary Jo was sick at the time. I was sleeping at all during that night. Poor day. Paused. He paused, gathering his thoughts for what would he looked at her father, who only shrugged. Finally, Clark continued. Fell asleep easily. The bed itself was fine, no issues. When I did get to sleep, out in your room. I realized I hadn't fallen asleep. And yeah, there's her marriage was calling for me. Emily could still wanted to react. Clark continued. He didn't know what he wanted. I thought. Next thing I knew, I was standing. Or getting I've got that set up. Scaring myself now. Dennis. I knew. Sure. Tried to open it. Tried again. Finally, on the third attempt, the door budge. I somehow found myself shouldered. The marshmallows. The door was made out of putty or something. I don't know if it was true or what, but I know I was then on the other side of the door. It wasn't a bedroom, like, and everything was all part of the same. I tried to step forward and found myself walked through. I could hear Mary. I tried to turn around in the room. This time there were stairs in front of me. I couldn't tell. Maybe I don't remember. But I had the urge to use them. This time I found myself tumbling. What I think was outer space? Instead of being around suns and stuff, I was under. Mary Jo was there. I was a speck in the air. She was a giant person. She was regular size, but she could see me. I wanted to know. She held her hand, and without saying quiet, I opened my mouth before I could say it. Trailed off, a heavy shudder shaking his leg. I watched his he must just skin melted away. Still moving though, like she didn't even know that her flesh had been removed from her body. Closed his eyes to gather a breath. Emily opened her mouth to say something, but then he continued on, his eyes. Each time I opened my mouth, what happened? First her bones. I think we were dead. Fire. I get crawled out from those flames. Edge for her on. Lastly, I wasn't tumbling anymore. I landed in the maggots. Stop tumbling. Oh, I didn't scream. I did. A maggot in my mouth. And a shudder raked his body. Finally, he paused long enough for Emily to ask, "Did anything else happen?" Clark, eyes still closed. That's when he swallowed, stopped and choked like halfway into Ugh. Emily looked over at her father, who just stood in the door. Back at Clark. Pockets. Pockets complexion. He was sickly pale right now after recalling that night. She pressed her lips together and thought on how to respond. She felt bad making him recall the nightmare. Everyone asked her to recall her. Still, gave him his recollection. He opened his eyes this time. Asked her student. On the second day of school. Odd one, but it does ask you to hesitantly. You know if Mom was on the carpet. Orchard Man closed his eyes and shook his head. Or, why don't you take it? I'll be fine in a shaking then. He looked back over it. Had to visit a spirit medium. I'm not. Nodded. I had a feeling. A little bit. Okie dokie. Okay. I'll ride back to the house, Mary. Emily nodded, her lips pressed into a line. Yeah, she said, her eyes not leaving the road. Driver. Caused Emily to glance sideways at her. Back to the road. Awful. Ed. Figure any of that out at all? Oh, yeah, I don't like that. Actually, it kind of did. Lied. I read home. Back into her past. Allowed her head to roll to the side and look out. Out, prodded. Concrete. I might take a closer look at this picture. Emily wasn't sure how to tell her mom that she thought her room was the only house ever encountered. It just wasn't easy to verbalize it. Mark Stream mentioned something about a bed. Something felt weird about the space in the mind when I was trying to explain it. Drive her to look. Let me know if you need any help with that, okay? Hang. As the woman watched the time to read. The car was stopped at a light for traffic at one intersection. Madame Deirdre's crystals, herbs, or any of the New Age things actually help with the situation. But the spirit that Clark talked about said that the nightmares. That was accurate. Raw. She had made up her mind about it. Had already been driving again. We're nearly home. Had her own car in the driveway that she could use. Got back to the house. pocket. Purse. Here's made it back to the front. Emily, what's gotten into you? She surprised. Hit up a couple stores, she answered. Brushed past her mother. That you were going to take a closer look under your bed. I am, but first I need to get a couple of things. What? At this point, Emily hesitated. Looked back at her mom. Go buy some sage. Across Mary Jo's face. It's... I don't know how to describe it. It's supposed to be good for getting rid. Think? I thought I'd give it a shot. Well, that stuff is homeopathic, right? Or caution. See? I'd rather give it a shot. Well, with that, I was sleeping. Try that again. For a flat look. I was sleeping in my bed in the afternoon. Try that. I'll cross Emily's face. She chirped and take her car out shopping for it. Just flying through the chapters today. Bell rang as Emily looked around. Grab the name. Deirdre's Twitch viewers, there's an ad coming up in about 4 or 5 minutes. Just as a heads up. It wasn't a large shop by any means. Had a table in the center with crystals displayed by type and woven. Along the walls were various different types of shelving units. Dried herbs and canisters, while others displayed jewelry, cars of some sort, and other knickknacks. Directly to the right of the entrance, about chest high with a tall, middle-aged woman sitting. Posters. Taking a look at the posters, Emily noted that they were for festivals that were coming up. The shoop? Sorry. Emily noted that they were for festivals that were up soon. The shop seemed to be planning to participate. Most of it. Hello and welcome. On the other side of the counter, chirped without turning around. Just one moment, and perfect. Then she finished fixing it. Round and smiled as she caught Emily. Welcome, she said again. May I help you find anything? Suddenly feeling small and very out of place in a place like this. Emily shrugged meekly. I came to find some help. I think I need to studied Emily for a moment, her eyebrows knitting as she finally she nodded. I can show you where the smudging supplies are. However, sometimes more than just started. Emily immediately tensed. This is what her mother was probably afraid of. This woman was going to tell her something buy more than what she absolutely needed. Lunching supplies, thanks. Emily managed to woman, blah blah blah. The woman must have known. Eyebrow immediately went up. A suspicion of her own. Mind if I ask why you need? I get nightmares. Figuring being honest would be his path to resolution. Can help, the woman acknowledged. Those can too, but I think the most effective thing would be to determine why you're getting that. Okay. But I think the most effective thing would be to determine why you're getting that. This way I can make more of it. Best. These new? Emily has suited for me. Bed. I've been getting them nightmares. Only at home though. I don't get them when I'm at my apartment or at college. Why is that? First. College was the best. Scared that about the nightmare situation from the strange woman who was offering to help. Scared that all that she knew about the thing confirmed to affect anyone who slept in other rooms. The woman's face scrunches, including snippets of what she could recall from her nightmares, along with the nightmares of Clark and Julio. Definitely sounds like a localized problem she made. It's not something that was brought into the room? I don't think so. Oops. Nothing like that was added to your life around the started? Not that I recall, Emily. The newest piece of furniture was the desk. A year after that. Other things come and go, but nothing I can think of. Sometimes odd things can be triggers. Brought hand up to her. You dabble? Magic, black magic? Or anything like that when you were a kid? A book out of the library. Left. Emily thought back to her teenage years. My parents wouldn't allow anything like that. But I was also not interested in anything like that either. The closest I thought is a book that I mentioned. But she hesitated to share this part. Best to share everything she could. You know how I said my dad's friend had a dream about someone being under a bed? I didn't sort of find it. I was for the bed yesterday and I don't know how it actually looks. But I think there's something carved into the wood under my bed. At least I was thoughtful. Based on what you told me, it might be unlikely that someone could have carved something archaic. That wood and covered it so you wouldn't see it. How long do you think it's been there for? It's under a rug, and I've had that rug for as long as I can. Would have had to have been there probably before then. This is It's your bedroom. You probably spent a lot of time there dealing with big emotions, right? Yeah. If there's something carved into your wood that's could have been dormant during your child, then something might have happened, a triggering event, and then your nightmare started. But it's triggered as a carving, it's not something that will follow you, but it would impact anything in a certain radius. Carving is like your bedroom specifically, but I bet if you napped in your hallway, or maybe there's only the bathroom there. Exactly. If you napped in one of those unlikely places, you'd also probably get nightmares. That elaborates. Oh. Get nightmares. So there really is some sort of carving of how it started. But how do I get rid of it? The woman took a deep breath and nodded, crossing the store toward a shelf where there were bundles of what looked like grass tied together. Some were sage green, others were white. There were also bundles of sticks, bottles of what labels called cleansing. Emily looked at the setup skeptically. The woman only picked up a bundle of the sage-colored grass, offered it to the owner. Saging is a great start. Crystals won't do any good unless whatever is cursing your home is gone. Help dampen whatever was activated, possibly even stop it altogether for a while until another big event occurs to invite that back. What can I do to guarantee that it stops forever? Bundle. Honestly, there are a couple of options, but they aren't easy. Not your home, a couple of them might be good by your parents. Me anyway? Hey Blaze, how's it going? Of course. You can try to fill in the carving with wood that is from this type of tree as your floor. So oak carvings for oak floors, for oak wood, cherry wood for cherry wood, and the like. Anything else would just serve to That's the easy. The other suggestion without the affected wood. Yeah, I don't think my parents would be up for that. I wouldn't think that they would be. Spring is hard to find. Emily nodded at the bundle of seeds, and then asked, "What about crystals?" Don't like this much away from the energy. This is hers. So some crystals are good at warding, but it's much good for clearing away energy that attracts whatever is calling the card. But crystals need to be recharged from time to time. The sounds of it, you will not be able to maintain your household. The better option will be to find a way to carve it. Sell it or fill it in. Again, what is your and utilize any energy of that sort. And carving somehow finds its way. John crossed Emily's face. She wasn't being pleased. She had always thought she would be for jobs like this. But with the information providing to her, she was actually wishing she could get she would be getting to buy as many crystals as you can. I promise it will work for you. Even if only as a effect. Still, Well, she was grateful for the woman's honesty and forthrightness. Thank you for telling me all of that. Finally. Name's Emily. The woman provided a sincere smile in return. My name's Kaylee. It's a pleasure to meet you. Advice. Emily, do you mind if I ask you one more question? No, go ahead. Know how to swim? Favorite line is, I'm gonna go do this thing. I don't know how to do this thing, but I'm gonna go do this thing. Right. Nom nom. Chapter 16. Right. Done. Ed lining the story. Back in her room, Emily's bag is her bed. Spun to test her bed. The faded paint had almost speckled as the wood. Legs to the heavy wooden frame. Carpet had been there since Emily was a kid. The idea was, she had always thought, the carpet was there, scratched by the head. Maybe it was. To hide the gouges. Emily wasn't so sure about this. It all seemed outlandish. Various things. There were no other explanations. Face of nightmares. I wondered what the incident started so long ago, way back when she was in high school. How they started. She recalled that at one point in the middle of the week, stressing me out. Or good, but okay. So, what had occurred during the time? Her dresser in her room had that. It felt like it was head fingertips flowers. Her position. Plan was to rotate it around so that she could at least lift half of the carpet up. I'd release the bed and sit up. At her lower lip. Alright, I'm gonna Life as a teenager wasn't very exciting. She enjoyed reading. She struggled in school. Life as a teenager. Enjoyed reading. She struggled in school, especially. Talking about struggling in math in school. Okay. Struggled in school, especially math, but maybe well enough to graduate. I had to go to college in the law field. High school. She figured that if she was going to go through school and debt, definitely choose a worthwhile profession that didn't involve looking at it. Nothing about the summary of her life as a teenager. The entire paragraph could be summarized in the less than. Doris, very close. Emily was the firstborn daughter of the entire father's sides of the family. She was often given a lot of attention. Emily's cousins were born. First year, Emily remained. On the other side, though, she had a couple of cousins. That side of the family. I don't hate it. I just feel like we advisor and highlighted either way. Our father's side, there's still one. He was doted on quite heavily. Ballet school, shopping trips, etiquette. The princess. The first one called it princess. Witty. Words are hard, guys. Fun. All thanks to her grandmother. Yes, section. Emily was in high school. She was able to friendly with many people. No one to really go to the movies with or go have so when she took the invitation, jumped at the chance. Take into account also that her there was a lot of argument about whether or not she could Emily should come first. Of course, Emily opted for the friend. Argued for family. In the end, her grandmother is growing into it. She'll just have to make up for it later. Emily was ecstatic with how understanding grandmother could change girls day to day. Thirdly, Emily would have the best of both. I'll see where this is going, right? Except that declaration made on her behalf would be the last one that would have. I like. Alright, back to this. While Emily was dancing to high-paced music, laughing with her hours of car accident claim. Realizing she never got to make them. Develop into finding out. Well, logically, her presence or not. Would her. Emily always wondered what. At the very least, she missed out on the chance to see him. Emily closed her eyes, feeling tears begin. Vaguely remembered when she started having the night. Always felt like it was. Vaguely remembered when she started having the night. Made sense now. Actually, a detail about when. Final exam. Oh. Guilt. Losing her grandmother was the truth. Her loss of sleep led into night. Sorrow bled into. Sorrow, and then morphed into. I don't hate twice. Like it could be. Hot tear rolled down her cheek. Was all connected. Really? Soft and pump. Wetness. The older woman had a phone in her hand, held up to her ear. She expected her mother to ask if she was okay. Then she asked, "Have you seen your cousins Oscar or Ryan? Hilda and Louise haven't either of them since they left yesterday." Mary Jo referenced their parents last week. The question brought a frown to Emily's lips. The nightmare she had the previous night. Party, dancing until they dropped, but becoming a pool, drowning, and ended with a vehicle plunging into the deep end of the pool. I saw them when they were on their way out of the neighborhood yesterday. They were going to some clubs with Black Friday party specials. They didn't say where they were going to go. Or she spoke. I don't like them. called, the more certain she was that at least Oscar was there. She nodded her head. Parents. I don't like sense, but also I can. Shifting in my seat, don't mind. Goodness. Oh, stretchy, stretch. Okay. Watching her mother disappear away from the door frame, Emily placed a hand back onto it. Tried to reassure herself. Nightmares hadn't been predictive of anything before. Why would they start being that way now? She had just seen them, her cousins, yesterday. Everything she knew about dreams, and everything she knew about dreams that you've had any interaction with in the last several months could, and often would, make a difference. Alright, so I like that. I like nightmare shouldn't be an exception. They stood out because it was a nightmare, because they were missing. Emily glanced at her clock, noting how late in the afternoon. It was odd that they were missing. They would be back soon. At the very least, Oscar was reliable and would make sure that they came home. So she kept telling herself. Had to believe it. Right now, recalling what happened to her mother, she could hear the thought. Losing any more could have, probably should have. Encouraging herself to do the task she was about to do. Today was the last day she would be able to do it. Unless she'd be back in less than Christmas. Not trust herself to have the resolve to do that time. I'm gonna. Plus, half the work had already been done with the veterans. Here. Want to get that called out. Little strength she had, Emily ended up as she had originally planned. Turning it parallel to the wall, its headboard. Oh. Beige and rose carpet, and it was not as dusty or dingy as it could have been. Likely thanks to of truth. Word and carpet. Just a second, lifting that side of the carpet on one fell swoop. Raising it. I know crazy. Krista somehow beneath the carpet that got up from the motion, prompting Emily to turn her head away. Cleared, just here, Emily is down. Carpet. Eyes scanning anything like there. She saw the gouges. Instead of half circles and varying size. Carving or anything. Emily? It looked as plain as scuff marks. Bum bum bum. This is stupid. Cross-legged on her bed. Bag. Hide. What? Maybe one hides this one. Do it. The voice by the phone. Also, the closest thing I've got to get rid of this. Do it. You're not helping. Look, you've waffled for the last 30 minutes about whether or not you will smudge after you out. You already bought all the supplies. Might as well just stopping you. It doesn't work. Nothing changes. If it does, then you might actually get a good night of sleep. Said her friend. You feel so stupid. How do you know? You told me I think you feel really stupid right now because the person it turns out likely isn't. Mallory continued as if she heard Emily's objection. But it doesn't change that you're getting the nightmare. Punching might not help, but it's like I said, it wouldn't change anything if that was the case. If it does help, great. It's worth a shot. Even if you need to keep doing it every time you leave the house. There's no proof that this stuff works, Emily. Maybe not, but there's still something to be said for it. Even outside of the new age stuff, people used to smudge or climb. Bless them. Go home. Something like that. How do you know that? Emily about the little nugget of knowledge that her friend provided. You mentioned your plan, I looked into it. It's actually quite the history. Because it doesn't work. No. The sage isn't usually ethically harvested. It causes problems for the growers and the community. That Lion sage. Something like that. Great. Now I'm going to get a nightmare about dangerously harvested grass. Sneaker came from the other side of the phone. That'd be an interesting thing to have. Certainly a unique habit thing. I actually don't mind nightmares, Mallory stated. I don't get them frequently. They don't bother me when I do get them. If I could take one off your hands, I would. So come Christmas time, you can come down here in my place and I'll go. Okay. Worth a shot. I like smudging it. I'm gonna. Jeez, I keep forgetting about that. Emily did call her to vent about the surprise non-rituals. Not gonna happen. Dead. Requires revisions. I know what I was getting with that, but it's still fine. Emily conceded with a shake. I'll get the room smudged for dinner, and I'll let you know how it goes when I get back there tomorrow night. Or you could shoot me a text tomorrow when you get up. You sure you're okay with a text waking you up? I can imagine Mallory shaking. That's why I make both a terrible and a great choice for My phone won't wake me up. So when I wake up and get your message, it'll be like the message just arrived. As long as I ignore the timestamp. No fun. I could Mallory's laughter. Eyes. I probably should have added an extra color for removal. Now that I'm like way far into it, it's fine. A review for removal. Like now, I'm the most stick in the mud friend you'll ever have. Aren't you lucky to have a friend like me? Maybe the real curse was you all along. Hey! No, but for real, Emily. Brought the conversation topic. I don't. I don't know why I'm getting this very, very short. It's just. I guess it's the God. About the labels or the whys. Try what you can to get it taken care of. That feels right. Also feels right. Who knows? Maybe the placebo effect will be enough to move away. Only found for a moment. At the same time, only hours ago, she was convinced that that was only spirit meaning spirit. Well, she was still. I was right earlier. Mallory is right now. Much as the placebo effect. It literally. I like the end of the paragraph. How rambling. Chapters. Oh. An hour. Fine, guys. Maybe we'll actually get something big done. Oh, yeah, but. Alright. Waved her arms in front of her, trying to turn her away. A moment ago, she was. And it all took. All it took was the light of. All it took was the light of. It flared up and constantly. Causing the air to thicken. Alternating between coughing the smoke. Emily decided the best bet was to find her way out of the house. Finally, she moved from her bed to the doorway and found herself in the upstairs hallway. Everything was still shrouded in the smoke. All of the clean air that was out. That maybe too technical. Hear her mother call for her. Tone of worry. Emily! Father's voice billowed from downstairs, anger dripping in his voice. Elton's voice. Yes. Pause. Frozen as she just go to her mother? Does she go to her father and reduce any? Kept calling for her, or more insistently, passing moment. Now her mother said, father would probably be furious. finally got down to him, it would be okay. She'd have her mother with her. Together, that would help allay any frustration he might have. Mom? Emily called, walking down the hallway, past the stairwell. The door was closed. So, like, it was the smoke that was. Emily, help! Assistant out of the door as weak and terrified. Confused, but not to let her mother suffer. The door open. It was massive and took all of the. She finally got it open. She found herself standing in the middle of a large circle. I know how the room is pictured. It's bricks, but they're like gray bricks. Out of gray bricks. Yeah, anyway. I need to. Were cages of wrought iron that lined the room on cages of wrought iron that lined the room, both on the floor. There was no exit door or any indicator. She found herself. Mom? Emily asked again, horror filled with blood. All had people. None of them were moving. Here! Softer on the side. Emily was about to destroy. I think that's on this side of the room. No different than motionless humans. Oftentimes, the cages were held up in a way that whenever someone was added to a cage, ever remained inside, however violently. I like the. I have that, but I don't. Mom? Emily carefully looked over the cage. Her body. Here. Voice again. Emily blinked, scanning the area again. Blinked again. Realized she might have just. Is that you? Directions attached to anything. Willed its jaw open to let out another. Held. What happened? The action of picking up. Emily! Her father's booming voice echoed in the chamber. Violently back. Not hear his. Or did he wait until Mary Jill? Coming! Emily called obediently. There was now a circular stairwell. The woman carefully carried her mother's. Then I stirred the circle with her other hand. At the bottom of the stairs stood her father. He was taller than any tree she had ever seen. Hot color. He could still regular polo shirt and jeans. He looked so much like a eyes and color. Emily! He bellowed again, the entire world shaking around them. It was at that moment that he realized that she should have been in the household. He should have been in the household living room, or they should have been. Right now, all the woods. No buildings in sight. Dad, I'm here. I brought Mom too. We can be safe now. Safety? Laughing. As if taking control of the crook of Emily's entire force around them. After. There's no safety. All mocked Emily with a voice that resembled his version of the word. I was enough to startle the young woman, dropping the skull to the ground and shattering it into dust. All laughter. Trying it version. No, she just fell. She was in your hand. No, I didn't mean to. I was startled. I was scared. Allowed her. Hi, Emily pleaded, tears running down her face. I didn't mean to. Sorry. You're sorry? I'll show you what it's like to be sorry. Massive red aiming down. Could be worse, but I think one last chapter. Chapter 19. Oh, you're interested. Moving from oven to sink to fridge. Yes, how are they? Emily sat at the table. She eyed as she watched her mother speak. Based on the bits of conversation she was overhearing, just so they had found her cousin. She couldn't quite make out what the details were yet, but the relief on her mother's face was enough. Great! Spoken to the phone. Setting it into the... Oh, I'm gonna... When do you think they'll be back home? Great! How are they getting back home? They found that meant something might happen to their car. Well, as long as the two men were safe, it would all work out in the that line. Good. When they're home, you can swing by our house. I'll make dinner, her mother offered. No, Emily will be gone by then, but it's fine. I can still make dinner. So we have Emily. How many times is Emily going to frown? She'll be leaving today. Happen. Happen today, especially since she's involved for issues. Every line in this paragraph so far. Back at her mother, she saw her staring at her. Considering she was relief for Oscar and Ryan. Yes, that sounds good. I'll get something for all of you then. Her added to the phone. Then? Great. Bye. call hung up. That should be enough. Obviously didn't sleep well. Nightmares? Time Emily didn't answer. Said she gave a slight nod. I hadn't questioned her. Today she didn't really want Heather. Do that for relevancy. Luckily, Mary Jo stared across the water, head in defeat. Do you want to be okay driving back? Yeah, Emily answered. I should be fine. It's not like the roads are dangerous. There'd be a lot of people on the roads. Yeah, still, it's pretty much a straight shot between here and nothing out of the ordinary to worry about. I've driven it hundreds of times in the Mary Jo nodded. This is the most basic description of food I've had yet. On. Well, if you feel like you need to nap, I appreciate it. Take her mother up on that offer. The breakfast that normally like a parting meal between. Call back to the one that better called out. Oh, they found the boys? She asked, changing the subject between them. Yes, her mother. Plates of food, one for herself and one for her. What happened to them? Apparently, they were robbed at one of the clubs out west. The ones that's by itself on the highway. Their phones and car were taken. Two of them walked the highway trying to be hitchhikers, were ignored by drivers yesterday. The houses they found, no one opened the doors to them. Her head sadly. It wasn't until they came across a garbage collection truck. Alright. Garbage truck ride to something as a phone. Was on the way to pick it up. Horrible. Setting up the plane. Emily nodded slowly. Had the other night not come to pass at all. A pool or drown. Only nightmares now. Decided to relax a bit. She rolled her shoulders again and tilted her head upward toward the ceiling. Up the kitchen was about where her room was. That and the bathroom. No mystical carvings in the wood or in the ceiling. No. The moment when she woke up. There really wasn't a way to miss that burning a bundle of herbs and allowing this. No, it was as if the room was causing the nightmare. It was impacting. Well, Emily didn't doubt that whatever was causing it was was it? Together. It wasn't that car, or it wasn't something that herbs can only do. It did have something to do with it. Emily closed her eyes and considered. For her, the grief she had over her started. I want to keep nightly nightmares. I kind of like that. What might have caused Julio's nightmare, or if he have one. For all she recalled, he had a weird. It was interesting. Surprised her father didn't murder him yet. There. So, her mother began out of her closed eyes. Tried to keep her voice down. Emily could tell that there was sadness. Emily wasn't sure how to respond to that. Heckmer seat down at her plate. The food was surprisingly, she barely coffee. Sure. Mallory, my friend, said that might bother her. Wondering if she was aging, she said. Thought it might be worth a shot. Wasn't. For Twitch viewers, it looks like there is about 4 or 5 minutes before. Listen. It wasn't. I think for Mallory, it might just be. They want to get back. First case. Part of the garage into some. I want to add notes garage. Or you can just and your bed is comfortable. I'd rather avoid having to oh. Emily smiled and I want to live there. That's numerous. Visits instead, she was she had been more forthright about them. So many. Not all, but many. Arguments. Alright. That's after that. And it have the red mining done. Oh, actually physically done it. Ugh. Research types of things. How I want to. But okay. Regular review. Just shaking hands. Back here. I Emily eyes. Voice. That's out of breath. A bit of which is great. Just smart speaker. Okay. Fading into luminescence. Fading in is. I want to use. Fading, because fading indicates that fully bright. Ah. I'm not gonna read the entire story. Ew. Perfect. I mean, not happy with that. Fixed it! During the day. Family. Up I don't. Okay. So if it's ah, Please. Add her hair. Oh. It's been a while, hasn't it? Awkward. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going. Ready. Sudden. Chapter 2, exactly 6. Up. Always thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, help the channel. Otherwise, thank you guys. Always. So when I switch, there will be an ad and stick around. We're editing.